Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we're diving into some seriously disturbing cases. So here's the thing, forensic science has gotten way better over the years, but you know what? Criminals have gotten smarter too. The FBI reported that in 2016 alone, almost half of all murders in America went completely unsolved. Let that sink in for a second. Today, we're heading to North Carolina to explore 5 murder mysteries that'll make your skin crawl. Let's get into it. Okay, so picture this. Faith Hedgepeth was living the dream, you know? She was about to become the first person in her entire family to graduate college. This girl had been an honor student since high school, earned herself a scholarship to UNC Chapel Hill, which is pretty prestigious, by the way. Faith was a member of the Holly-Wasaponi Indian tribe, and everyone in her community knew her as someone who genuinely cared about helping others. Her big dream? Becoming a pediatrician to help kids. Honestly, she sounds like an amazing person. But then September 7th, 2012 happened. That morning, Faith's roommate Carissa Rosario and their friend Marisol Rangel walked into their apartment on Old Chapel Hill Road in Durham. What they found, I can't even imagine. Faith was lying there, partially nude. Her body wrapped haphazardly in a comforter. Blood everywhere. The cause of death? Severe head trauma. Someone had literally bludgeoned this poor girl to death. Now here's where it gets really twisted. The murder weapon. An empty Bacardi rum bottle found right there in the bedroom. It had tissue fragments on it and DNA from someone who wasn't Faith. Police collected over 100 DNA samples from potential suspects, but only about 10 came close to matching, and most of those people were eventually cleared. They even did this fancy genetic analysis and found out the killer was probably of Native American and European descent. But get this, at the crime scene, they found a fast food bag with a handwritten note that said, "I'm not stupid," and something about jealousy. So police figured Faith probably knew her killer. This wasn't random, it was personal. Years go by, nothing solid comes up. But then in 2018, an independent group took another look at the evidence, and they came to a pretty shocking conclusion. They said the key to solving Faith's murder might actually be her roommate Carissa. What role she might have played, if any. Nobody knows for sure. But man, that's a dark twist. This case is still open, and Faith's family is still waiting for answers. Alright, buckle up for this one because it's seriously messed up. April 17th, 2017. Christina Bennett, people called her Kristen, was found dead inside an abandoned house on Peachtree Street in Lumberton. The house belonged to her family. Christina had lived in North Carolina for over 10 years after moving from New York. But here's the crazy part. That same day, another woman named Rhonda Jones was found dead in a trash can outside that very same house. Like, what are the odds, right? The police are investigating these 2 murders when, wait for it, 6 weeks later, they get another call. June 3rd. A woman named Megan Oxendine is found dead outside a house on East 8th Street. Megan was born and raised in Lumberton, spent her whole life there. So now you've got 3 women dead within weeks of each other in the same small town. Obviously, everyone's freaking out thinking there's a serial killer on the loose. The FBI gets involved, they interview like 500 people, but nothing. Not a single solid lead. And it gets worse. The bodies were so badly decomposed that they couldn't even determine exactly how these women died. The only thing investigators knew for sure, these women were killed somewhere else, held for a while, then dumped where they were found. The FBI put up a $40,000 reward for information, but to this day, nobody knows who did this. The bodies stopped showing up after that, which means either the killer stopped, or they just moved to a different dumping ground. Terrifying, right? This case is absolutely bizarre, and I still can't wrap my head around it. So Jeffrey and Judy Smith were this loving couple, right? They'd both been through failed marriages before but found each other and were basically inseparable. If Jeff went somewhere, Judy was right there with him. In April 1997, Jeff had to go to Philadelphia for a work conference. He was a legal rep for some big pharmaceutical company in Boston. Of course, Judy decided to come along because, they did everything together. They planned to meet up with friends in New Jersey afterward, then head home to Massachusetts. April 9th, they get to Logan Airport, but Judy realizes she forgot her driver's license. No big deal, she just catches a later flight. They meet up at their hotel in Philly that night, everything's fine. The next day, Jeff goes to his conference while Judy does some sightseeing. They're supposed to meet up at 5 p.m., but 7 p.m. rolls around and no Judy. Jeff starts looking everywhere, the hotel, the conference venue, back to the hotel. He checks their room and most of Judy's stuff is still there, but her wallet, wedding ring, engagement ring, and a red backpack are gone. Jeff gets the local mayor, who happened to be at the conference, to get police involved. They search everywhere. Nothing. Jeff goes home to Boston alone and goes absolutely crazy trying to find his wife. He puts up 9,000 flyers, hires 3 private investigators. Still nothing. Then 5 months later, a father and son are hiking near Asheville, North Carolina, which is like 500 miles away, and they find a partially buried skeleton. It's a white female, mid-50s. After checking dental records, they confirm it's Judy. Here's what's so weird about this. Most of her valuables were still on her body, so it wasn't a robbery. She'd been stabbed in the chest. Some witnesses came forward saying they'd seen her in North Carolina and she seemed totally normal, not scared or anything. So how does a woman from Boston end up dead in North Carolina? Some people think maybe her marriage wasn't as perfect as it seemed and something happened that made her run away. Others think, well, maybe Jeff had something to do with it. If it was random, why didn't the killer take her jewelry? If it was planned, how did she end up in North Carolina acting totally normal? Still unsolved. Okay, so this one's a little different. It's more cryptid than murder mystery, but stick with me because it gets dark. Bladenboro is this tiny rural area in Bladen County, North Carolina. Nobody really knew about it until late December 1953. December 29th, late evening. A woman in the small town of Clarkton hears her neighbor's dogs going absolutely crazy. She goes outside to check and sees this massive cat-like figure disappearing into the darkness. That's the first sighting of what people started calling the Beast of Bladenboro. 2 days later, 2 dogs are found dead. And I don't mean just dead, these dogs were torn to absolute shreds. Heads completely ripped off, skulls crushed. The next day, 2 more dogs. Then more and more in the following days. Police were so freaked out they did an autopsy on one of the dogs. The results? Terrifying. The dog's blood had been completely sucked out of its body, like a vampire attacked it or something. Word spreads fast, and suddenly everyone's coming forward with stories about this creature they'd been too scared to talk about. According to witnesses, this thing was about 5 feet long with bushy hair, a long tail, a huge head with massive fangs, pointed ears, and these fiery eyes. Some said it was brown and tabby-colored. Others said it was almost hairless. Days go by, more pets and livestock are getting mutilated. Then it tried to attack a human. Mrs. Kinslaw went outside to check on some noise, saw this massive cat-like thing going after her dogs. When it noticed her, it turned and rushed at her. She screamed and ran inside, and thankfully the thing disappeared. But here's the really creepy part. Around that same time, there was an unsolved murder in the area. Investigators found strange tracks near the crime scene that nobody could identify. Was the beast responsible for a human death? Maybe. Eventually, people organized massive hunting parties, like 800 to 1,000 people searching for this thing. A few people claimed they killed it. A farmer caught a bobcat in a trap. Another guy hit a big spotted cat with his car, and a professional hunter supposedly shot it. The dog killings stopped after that. So was it just a bobcat? Maybe, but that doesn't explain the head crushing and blood draining. The town now holds an annual Beast Fest, and if you ask locals, they've all got stories. This last one, man, it's heartbreaking how long it took to solve. April 1993. A guy named Elton Mitchell is standing on the Bailey Road Bridge in Kenley, looking for a lantern he lost the night before while fishing. He's got this homemade hook and rope, combing through the 12-foot deep water below. He finds something. At first, he thinks it's a turtle shell. It's not. It's a human skull. Police come out and find a sunken bag with a rock inside it near where Elton found the skull. Looks like someone put a severed head in the bag, weighted it down with a rock, and tossed it off the bridge. The skull had 2 small caliber gunshot holes in the back and major exit damage on the right side. Medical examiners figured it belonged to a white male, 17 to 22 years old, about 5 feet 8 inches, 140 pounds. At the time, there were 2 missing persons. It could have been Timmy Watson, a 26-year-old drug dealer who disappeared in 1988, or Wink Mercer, a 35-year-old criminal who vanished in 1989. But the skull didn't match either of them. Case went cold. Fast forward 26 years. 2019. A local newspaper writes an article about the case. 2 years later, in 2021, some readers reach out saying, "Hey, this could be Dennis Etheridge." Dennis Etheridge had gone missing from Wilson County, North Carolina, back in 1979. He would have been 21 or 22 when he vanished without a trace. Police get DNA from his family members and it's a match. After 43 years, Dennis's family finally knows what happened to him. Well, sort of. They know he was murdered, shot twice in the head and dumped in a river. But who killed him? Why? That's still a mystery. And considering it happened over 4 decades ago, finding those answers now seems almost impossible. So there you have it, 5 absolutely chilling mysteries from North Carolina. Some of these cases are still open, families are still waiting for answers, and somewhere out there, killers are walking free. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment below and let me know which case disturbed you the most. And hey, turn on those notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the darkest corners of true crime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.